Hi, and welcome back to the channel. This is Echo Shack. My name is Eric, and today we're going to record drums through a vintage delay pedal. I'll show you my setup that I use when I record through pedals, what that looks like, how it works on the drums. I'll show you the mic that I use and just the overall setup, and then I'll do a playthrough of some examples using this pedal. For this video, I wanted to keep it pretty simple and just use one pedal to see what effect that has on a recording. And in this setup, I'm going to have a multi-mic setup on the drums, and then one mic will be dedicated to go through the pedal. Obviously, you can add pedals, you can use a whole pedal chain, but we're just going to use the one delay pedal for this. The pedal that I'm going to use is this vintage DOD DFX9. I bought this some years back. I knew it had this infinity repeat thing, and I was really into things like the Lexicon Primetime, but at the time I didn't have one, so I really just was looking for something like that. Found this, it's super cool, and that's what we're going to use today. So the microphone I'm using for this is a Shure Unidyne. It's a Unidyne B model 515 SA. So this is the high impedance version. It has a 1/4 inch plug. So it's got a 1/4 inch plug. So this goes into the pedal. And from the pedal, I'm going directly into an instrument input on one of the preamps. In this case, it's a Warm Audio. You could use a direct box if you don't have a preamp that has a DI built into it. You can also just plug this straight into if you have an audio interface like a Focusrite or something like that that has an instrument input, that would be the place to plug in the cable coming from the pedal. Cool, so let's check out the drum setup. So here we are over at the kit, and basically what I have set up is just like a standard full drum mic setup. So I've got 2 overheads. These are Peluso P67 tube mics. 421 on the rack tom, Beta 52 on the floor tom, RE20 for like a kick in, and then the Solomon sub kick, 58 on the snare top, 57 on the bottom, RE15 on the hi-hat. These are just things I just had set up for a session. And I have a room mic, RCA ribbon mic. So the pedal mic, what I do is I put it here, but not always. It moves around. This is where I had it for this session. It's sort of in front of the kit looking at the snare drum, and sometimes I move it around. Sometimes I put it sort of down here. Sometimes I put it here, kind of facing inward to get more of like, if I want like a vintage kind of Motown sort of drum sound, that's what I'll do. Or I'll put it just next to my snare drum mic on the snare drum, and you can put it anywhere and just try things out. So, but yeah, so this is where it is. So then this is running over to the pedal, which is to my left when I'm at the drums, so that I have easy access to change the parameters. And you'll see that in the playthrough video. And then from the pedals, it goes, there's a long instrument cable that runs back to the console area to plug in to the preamp, which then goes into the DAW. Okay, so let's check out how it sounds. right, so that's it for today's demonstration on recording drums through a guitar pedal. And as you could hear, it's really cool, and I like to have that setup where I have the drums just mic'd up as a normal drum mic setup, and then have the one sort of character mic that's going through pedals that I can move around the kit to get a different flavor. And sometimes I just use that mic if I want a really specialized drum sound, or I'll just blend it in with the overall drum sound that I already have. So there's a lot of ways to do this. And experimenting with pedals, or if you have a multi-effects unit, those are really cool. And yeah, I've seen this Shure microphone for less than $100, less than $50. I've seen some for $20 untested on eBay, so why not? That's what I did. I found it. I was buying some other gear, found it at like a thrift store, $30 maybe. And that's kind of become my pedal mic. So yeah, just a cool technique that I wanted to share. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments what you think, or what pedals you think I should try. I'm kind of new to using guitar pedals, being such a drummer and engineer. I know of some, but if you have recommendations, please let me know in the comments. Also, if you're interested in drum recording or some of my other content, please check out my website, echoshack.info. There I have some free downloads, I have some sample packs for purchase, and it's just a great way to keep in touch. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.